The personality shows were fun.
You really got to jog your memory with those.
I don't know that we are ever going to do one better than the Bobby Heenan one.
Yeah, can I respond to this chair thing?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's do. I always liked my chair high, but I never thought my chair should be higher than Heenan's. And Heenan used to always grab my chair, and I would go way down. And I thought it was a fucking gag, and I would get back up, and I would take it, and I would go up, and he would go way down again. And I would laugh, thinking it was fucking Heenan being Heenan. But I never thought that he thought that my chair should be higher than his.
Well,
maybe by my annex that I can see where he would think that. But I always thought it was funny because he would hit that button and down I would go.
Isn't it true that one of the reasons you wanted to lift your chair is you're a short little fucker?
No, yeah, that's true.
So,
absolutely.
Maybe he just thought you had some sort of weird leather jacket Napoleon complex.
That sounds right to me. But he did a lot of crazy shit, man. He did a lot of crazy stuff, and it made us laugh. I mean, a lot. And so that was one of them. And if that's a way of heaping shit on me, fine, because at the time it was funny.
Let's keep going in the book here. Tony has not spoken to me since I left WCW. He never said goodbye to me. He knew it was coming, but he never told me that they weren't going to renew me. If knowledge is power, he wanted that power. And the time I worked for him, he never had me over to his house even once, even though we live close to each other. I had him over to my house twice. After I was released from WCW, I was out on New Year's Eve with the Tenays in Atlanta. My wife went to use the restroom downstairs. Cindy came back to tell me that Tony and his wife were at the bar. I walked downstairs and sat across from the bar from Tony and just stared at him. Tony saw me and then would try to avoid looking at me. Finally, he left. The next day, he told Tenay that he and his wife had to go home. They couldn't even eat because they were so upset. He couldn't figure out why I would stare at him and not acknowledge him. I told Mike what to tell him. It's obvious I can't trust you. It's obvious you don't like me. There's nothing to say. So if I can't trust you, I'm going to watch you. I ruined his New Year's. Do you recall?
Yeah, he did.
Do you remember this?
Oh, yeah, he did. And he stared at us, and I didn't know whether to walk over. I should have walked over to Bobby. I'm sorry, I didn't. One of the guys at the bar who worked there, he said, if you and your wife want to have dinner here, I will make sure he goes away. And I said, no, I'm not going to cause a scene. We will just leave. But it was Mike Tenay who actually came downstairs and saw me. It wasn't Cindy. It was Tenay who came downstairs and saw me and went back up and told Hennan that we were there for New Year's Eve. Let me tell you exactly what happened when Bobby Heenan got fired and why I fucked it up and why he is really mad at me, which I can understand why. I got a call from Craig Leathers at my house who said, we are firing Bobby Heenan, or we have fired Bobby Heenan. And I said, okay, so now, since I'm in charge of the announcers, do you want me to do it? Because Craig, I shouldn't do it. He said, no, I've done it already. I've talked to him on the phone, and he has threatened a lawsuit. So I'm telling you, as your supervisor, do not call him. Do not have any contact with him because he's threatened our company with a lawsuit. And I said, okay, I won't call him. Realistically, I should have said, okay, I won't call him, hung up the phone and turned around and called him. That's what I should have done. But I didn't. I didn't know it was coming. I didn't call him because Craig told me not to. And I should have because we had been very close and we had been very good friends and we had traveled up and down on the road together. So that was my mistake. And I'm sorry for it. I really am. And that's why he was angry at me.